ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। We continue our analysis of Sage Gautama's Suktas in today's session. We shall take up Suktam 90. This is another important prayer Suktam from him on Vishvedevas, Gayatri Chanda and Anushtup. Rujuniti no 1.90.1. May Mitra, Varuna, Aryama and learned men, along with other shining beings, loving and serving one another equally, lead us along the right path. The right path is from diversity to unity. Te Hivasva 1.90.2. The vows are eternal laws of nature, namely Rita, and the day and night eternally. Te Hivasva 1.90.2. Those shining beings cover all the worlds with their greatness. They, having intelligent, wise, they protect the vows of eternal laws of nature, namely Rita, and the day and night eternally. Te Asmabhyam 1.90.3. Being immortal, may they bestow on us mortals happiness and prosperity, destroying all evil thoughts which are our internal enemies. The divine entities are deathless, since they are not really born. None of the other works in this sukta may need any additional explanation. 1.90.4. Vina Patha. May the Honorable Indra, Marut, Pusha and Bhaga pick out the righteous paths for us for the attainment of wealth and prosperity. Next work is 1.90.5. Utano Dhiyo, O Pusha and ever-moving Maruts, may you make us possessors of good intellect, rich in speeches or spiritual rays. Please make our life full of happiness. 1.90.6. Madhuvata Hrudayate. Like winds bring sweetness, namely air, rivers also bring sweetness, water, for an observer of Hrudha. May the plants yield sweetness to us. 1.90.7. Madhu Naktam Udoshaso. May night and dawn be sweet to us. May every particle on the earth be full of sweetness to us. May light of our protector, the sun, be sweet to us. Madhuman no 1.90.8. May the trees bring sweetness to us. May the sun radiate sweet light to us. May the milk cows yield plenty of sweet milk to us. 1.90.9. A good drug from sage Gautama. Shanno Mitra Shamvaruna. May Mitra, Varuna, Aryama, Brihaspati, Indra and Vishnu with his white strides bestow on us peace and prosperity. The next sukta is 91. The Rishi is again sage Gautama Rahugana. This suktam is on Atmiya Pavamana Soma. Chandas is Trushtub, Gayatri and Rushnik. This is again an important but misinterpreted sukta from him. .91.1 Tvam Soma Pra. O drop of spiritual Soma, with your mind you know all. Under your guidance, wise men, endowed with the power of meditation, obtain the best jewel which is there among or in the enlightened souls or enlightened beings. Please lead us along the straight path to truth. Each drop of Soma can be thought of as a carrier of a moving, witnessing self in a living body. Enlightened souls meditating on Pavamana Soma in this way realize the truth, namely oneness of the self. Tvam Soma Kratubhi 1.91.2. O Atmiya Pavamana Soma, you are the wisest with your wisdom, knowledge, truth. By your energy, you are powerful and knower of all. You are great, and with your peace-reigning powers, you are showerer of knowledge and happiness. You become majestic with your splendor and a guide of all men. Seer of the Sutta is addressing the moving, witnessing self present in his own heart space. With that clarification, meaning of the Rig should become clear. Rajano Nate Varunasya 1.91.3. O spiritual Soma, your laws are bringers of happiness to all, like those of King Varuna. Your abode is great and profound. O Soma, you are pure like a dear friend. You are giver of strength and knowledge like Aryama. Varuna and Aryama are products of drops of Atmiya Soma only. Atmiya Soma drop is one's dearest friend, residing within his heart space as witnessing self. Yate Dhamani Divi 1.91.4. O Lord of the Universe, spiritual Soma, with whatever glories that you have in the space, on the earth, in the clouds, in the plants and in the waters, with all those glories, may you be well disposed towards us without any anger. Please accept our oblations. All forms of matter are said to be manifestations of Soma or manifestations caused by Soma, flowing essence of Atma. Meaning of the rig should become clear with this explanation. Based on these explanations, most of the rigs that follow should become self-explanatory. Tvam Somasi Satpari 1.91.5. O soul of Soma, you are the protector of truth and king of the universe. You are destroyer of cloud or ignorance. You are auspicious and are intelligent or wise. 1.91.6. Tvam cha Soma no, O Atmiya Soma, enabling us to have control on ourselves for our living, may we not die prematurely. You are dear and praiseworthy to us. You are the Lord of Plant Kingdom. 1.91.7. Tvam Soma Mahe, O soul of Atma, Soma, you give strength for living to a wise man who is an observer of Ruta, nature's laws, and prosperity to a young man. 1.91.8 is the next verse. Tvam Soma, O Adhyatmic Soma, please protect us from evil-minded, sinful persons coming from all directions. O King, a friend of one like you can never come to any harm. 1.91.9. Somayaste .91.9. O Soma, may you become our protector with whatever protective powers that you have, which are sources of happiness for an offerer of oblations. 1.91.10. Imam yet yamidam macho. O spiritual Soma, please come to this knowledge sacrifice of ours and delight in these hymns which are endowed with knowledge. May you be enhancer of our wisdom. We go to the next trick, 1.91.11. Soma Gir Pishtva. O giver of happiness, flowing essence of Atma, Soma, may you enter our body and mind. Knower of Vedas, we make you grow daily with Vedic hymns. Soma bestows existence to the body and consciousness on the mind with his spiritual rays. Gayasphano 1.91.12. O spiritual Soma, may you become our augmenter of wealth, remover of diseases, possessor and distributor of gifts, good friend and enhancer of strength. 1.91.13. Soma Dharanthi. O Atmiya Pavamana Soma, may you enjoy yourself in our hearts, like the cows enjoying in green pastures, or a mortal man enjoying life in his own home. Yeah? Soma Sakhe Tava 1.91.14. O resplendent Soma, in your friendship, whoever endowed with mental and physical strength, who is a poet, invokes you, you are devoted to that man. Urushya no 1. 1.91.15. O spiritual Soma, may you protect us from works that bring misery to us and also from sin and diseases. Please be a true friend who is a causer of happiness. 1.91.16. Apyayasva Sametute. O Atmiya Bhavamana Soma, let your virility come to us from all sides. May you ever increase. May you be bringer of food and strength to us. 1.91.7. Apyayasva Madintama. O Adhyatmic Soma, you are most exhilarating, most famous, and our dearest friend. May you grow with knowledge of objects in this world for our growth and prosperity. May Soma cause manifestation of material wealth for enjoyment of human beings. Samte Payamsi 1.91.18. O restrainer of haughty persons, soul of Soma, may your flowing waters control us. May your vigors control us. May your virility control us. Growing yourself in the shining space, may you hold the best reputation for us. Flowing property of Soma, control the life of living creatures. Virility of Soma is provided by the quantum of spiritual rays which a drop of Soma carries. Shining space implies abode of Atma, heart space of human beings. Yate dhamani havisha 1.91.19. O spiritual Soma, in whatever home sacrifices taken care of by you are taking place with sacrificial oblations, may we reach all those sacrifices of yours. May you, who is augmenter of wealth, is attended by valiant heroes, is protector of heroes, and who carries people across miseries, that you move towards our homes. All sacrifices are presided over by witnessing self-Atma. He leads wise men to truth, namely the oneness state which is beyond all miseries. .91.20. Somo Dhenum Somo. Shining Soma, who gives to an offerer of oblations speech, that Soma gives a swift horse or spiritual energy konda to a person who is dexterous, is skillful in household matters, is assiduous in sacrifices, and is eminent in society. That Soma gives us a brave son who is obedient to his parents and elders. Soma inspires speech in praises and gives vigor and strength to industrious seeker of truth. To ordinary men, he gives good progeny. Swift horse stands for spiritual ray of Atma. 1.91.21. Ashalham Yutsu. Atmiya Soma is invisible in battles, invincible in battles, is triumphant in any hostile encounter, is preserver of strength, is producer, protective weapons, is having a good man in his kingdom, is shower of happiness, is proper use of water or its flowing property, is renowned and is victorious. O Soma, we praise you or gladden you. Soma makes use of the flowing property of water to move from one living body to another. Other attributes of Soma given in this rig may not need any elaboration. 1.91.22 Tvamima Oshadhi. O soul of Soma, you created all these plants and herbs on the earth and also the waters and the animal kingdom. You established this vast space and dispelled darkness by your own light of knowledge. Soma, flowing essence of Atma, is the cause of manifestation of that universe made of matter. Devena no manasa. This is the last trick in the Sukta, 1.91.23. O potent, resplendent Soma, with your brilliant might, may you give us a portion of your wealth so as to give us the spirit to fight our enemies. May no enemy give any trouble to you in battles. You are the Lord of valor, physical and mental. May you defend us from our enemies, both physical and mental. Physical enemies are external to oneself, while mental enemies are internal or within one's own mind. Soma's wealth is spiritual light of Atma. We go to the next suktam from the same Rishi, but on Usha and 3 rigs on Ashwina in the end. Chandas, Jagati, Trushtuf and Ushnik. Eda Utya 1.92.1. That Usha or dawn spreads light in the morning over the world, lighting up the eastern part of the horizon. Usha illuminates all objects in the world like soldiers exhibiting their weapons. These brilliant, ever-traveling mothers of the world move along their path daily. This is just a simple description of dawn, which may not need any elaboration. 1.92.2 Udapaptan Aruna. The purple rays of light of the dawn, shooting upwards effortlessly, get harnessed to earth and illuminates it. As of old, these bright rays restore the awareness and actions of all living creatures. Thereafter, the bright rays of dawn attain the brilliancy of the sun. Arrival of dawn restores the awareness and activities that are absent during the night. Light of dawn mingles with sunlight when the sun arrives. Archandi Nari Rapaso 1.92.3. The dawns, with their all-pervading radiance, illumine even the remotest space. With a simultaneous effort, like ladies to their husbands, they carry all kinds of desirable wealth and good food to a performer of sacrifice, who is an extractor of Soma and performer of other noble deeds, and who is charitable and very skillful. a praiser in a knowledge sacrifice, who is an extractor of Vedic rugs, Usha brings all kinds of wealth. Adhi Pesham Sivapate 1.92.4. Usha casts of bloom and like a dancer makes visible the different objects made of matter. She, as though, uncovers her bosom, like a cow yielding her udder for milking. Like the cattle hastening to their pastures, she sheds light upon the whole world, thereby dissipating darkness. Pratyarchi Rushadasya 1.92.5. The brilliant light of Usha is first seen in the east. It spreads everywhere and drives away the thick darkness. She sits as a witness to the actions of a priest in a sacrifice. She is like the daughter of the sun or the space. She puts on the brilliant shining form of the sun. Usha is a witness of all sacrifices since they are performed at the onset of dawn. Aparishmadamasa 1.92.6 is the next rec. She, Usha, shines on living creatures, driving away their darkness or of ignorance for acquisition of wealth and knowledge. That brightly shining Usha smiles on all living creatures, bringing cheer to their minds and prompting them to do righteous acts. She swallows darkness, as it were, and thus we cross the boundary of darkness. Arrival of dawn activates all living creatures. They are prompted to act according to the nature of each creature. Through Usha, men cross over darkness of the night. Next work is 1.92.7. Bhaswati Netri. As the brilliant Usha, prompter of good thoughts, words and deeds, and is like a daughter of the sun, is being praised by learned men well versed in the sciences. She causes us to obtain wealth consisting of progeny, good leaders, horses, cattle, food and other desirable articles. Ushastamashyam 1.92.8. O charming Usha, may we obtain that ever-growing ample wealth which is associated with good knowledge, speech and actions and impelled by courage. It consists of good food, horses, band of attendants and valorous sons. It is large and reputed and is illumined by you. Ample wealth here may mean knowledge, objective and spiritual. 1.92.9. Vishwani Devi. Brilliant Usha, illuminating the whole world with her brilliant radiance, moves westwards, arousing all living creatures to their natural task. She obtains the sounds of all living beings. She shines as the eye of the earth. Living beings start producing their natural sounds at dawn. Thinking men produce sound associated with knowledge, scientific or spiritual. 1.92.10. Punah Punarjayamana. Usha is ancient and eternal, appearing in the cycle of day, night, day. She is born again and again daily. She is bright and unchanging, with unchanging colors. She reduces the lifespan of a mortal by reducing his life day by day, like a huntress who is a habitual cutter, cutting the flying birds into pieces. So long as the earth rotates about its axis, with reference to the sun, Usha should appear again and again daily. In that sense, Usha is eternal. In the absolute sense, nothing is eternal but Atma. 1.92.11 Vyurnvadi Divo Anta. Usha, illuminating the limits of the space, makes all objects visible. She drives away her sister night to a far-off unknown place. She reduces the lifespan of mortals day by day and denotes the periods of yugas. She shines with her brilliance like the wife of the sun. Pashuna Chitra Subhaga 1.92.12. The bright, charming Usha shines forth as a cowherd drives the cattle to their pastures. She spreads light everywhere, like the flowing waters flood the earth. With the rays of the sun, she never violates the celestial laws. This an enlightened man knows. At the arrival of dawn, cattle are led by cowherd to their pastures. .92.13 is the next work. Ushastat Chitrama Bhara. O possessors of good food articles, Usha, may you bestow on us that wealth by which we may support our sons and grandsons. Usho Athyeha 1.92.14. O Usha, you are luminous and radiant, possessing cows, horses, etc., uttering truthful words and doing noble deeds of love and kindness. Please bestow on us good wealth. Last Ruk on Usha 1.92.15. Yukshvahi, O Usha, possessing good food articles, harness your purple light rays now. Then may you bring us all good wealth, prosperity, and true knowledge. Now we have 3 suktas on Riks on Ashwins. 1.92.16. Ashwina Vartirasmada. O destroyers of miseries, like-minded Ashwins, please bring hither to us your vehicles carrying cattle, gold, cosmetics, knowledge, etc. Here, Ashwins are to be considered as Paramatma Jivatma combination, and Soma is Atmiya Bhavamana Soma. May Ashwins come to listen to this hymn. Yavitha Srogamadivo 1.92.7. O Ashwins, you too made light in the space, namely the sun, for those human inhabitants on the earth. May you bring strength and food for us. Last trick for the day, 1.92.18. Ehadeva. Ashwins are resplendent, bestowers of happiness and destroyers of miseries. May they bring us rays of the sun at dawn for drinking this Soma essence, namely this Sukta. With this, we finished for the day. Vidamastavat.